Booktube, this is Kelly. Thank you so much for watching my channel, Books I'm Not Reading. I'm so glad you're here. This is one of my favorite videos to make every year, and that is my goals for 2025. I was going to make a separate video kind of recapping how I did on my goals in 2024, just kind of try to like sneak those in with my 2025 goals to let you know how I did. And the truth is, I've been on Booktube long enough that I understand, for me, it's good to have goals, but it's also like, I'm not going to beat myself up for failing to meet some of those goals. I certainly didn't meet all of the things that I planned to do in 2024. The other thing that I've kind of been just laughing to myself about is I've seen several goal videos from other booktubers who are like talking about like taking a step back or slowing down, which I think is great, but that is definitely not the 2025 that I have planned. So yeah, I do have an ambitious 2025 planned, but again, if I don't meet all those goals, I'm not going to give myself a hard time about it. It's for fun. It's for fun. So every year I set my Goodreads goal for 50 books. This year, hopefully, by the 31st, I will have read 42 books. In 2023, I read 39 books. So it's possible. I can dream, but if you want to see my 2025 TBR, I have started it. I haven't finished it as of filming this, but it will be linked, my Goodreads page will be linked down below. So one of the goals I had for 2024, and I'm going to continue in 2025, is to work on books that are a series. I don't really tend to think of myself as a series reader, but then when I start really kind of diving in and looking at the shelves, and of course my trusty library cart, which is right here next to me, I do see more series than I'm expecting to. So the main thing that I accomplished in 2024 was to finish reading Anthony Trollope's The Barsetshire Chronicles, which I did. I read the last 3 books in that series, January, February, March of 2024. And honestly, if I hadn't completed any other goals, that would have been enough. So for 2025, I have 3 new books that are part of the Slough House or Slow Horses series by Mick Herron. So I'd like to get to, again, at least one of all of these books. I have not read a Kurt Wallander series book. The main character is Kurt Wallander. It's a series by Henning Mankell. And I have not read any of those books since I started my Booktube channel, which is more than 6 years ago. So I need to get back to that series, and I want to read again at least one book in the series. I'm going to try to read another Amy LeDuc mystery by Cara Black. She has a lot of books in that series, and I own the first 5. I've read 2 now. So, again, just maybe one more in 2025. We'll see. I also purchased another Anthony Trollope series this year, the Palliser series. So I want to maybe try to read the first book in that series. So we'll see how that goes. And of course, Thrush Green, I read 2 books in the Thrush Green series this year, and I have a 3rd one. So I will add that to my TBR. Let's see. Another goal that I had in 2024 that I'm going to slightly modify in 2025. I initially wanted to read 6 books or plays by Shakespeare, about Shakespeare. So this year I read 2 plays and 2 books about Shakespeare, which was wonderful. I loved, it was great. It was a great experience. So this year I'm going to make it 4, If I read more than that, that's awesome, but I'm gonna go with 4. And then I'm actually kind of surprised that I didn't have this on my 2024 goal list, because I know many years I have made it a goal and I have done nothing. So I'm gonna try to change that this year. We own an insane amount of poetry, and Jason even subscribed to like Poetry Magazine one year, which, you know, of course is full of contemporary poets. And so, yeah, my goal is to read 4 poetry collections. They're tiny, tiny books, but they contain big ideas, big thoughts. It's something that is just a bit of a challenge for me. Poetry, I feel like, is the most difficult literary reading, if you will. So I want to do that. So I'm gonna make it a priority to try to read 4 collections of poetry this year. I am still gonna be focusing on books that I have hauled. So I did read, of the 42 books that I read in, or hopefully will have read in 2024, I read 31 of them. And so I'm still going to focus on that in 2025. And again, I feel like there was a good mix in like things I've hauled as well as books that are on the shelf. I am also going to try to haul less. I'm not going to give myself a book buying ban or anything like that. I have actually a gift certificate to a newer used bookstore in our community. I just haven't really found very much there that I wanted. So I'm thinking maybe after the holidays I might go by there and try. If nothing else, if I'm gonna get something, I need to start there first, to try to use up that gift card, because it's gonna expire in July. And then there's a couple authors that I want to be intentional and I want to try to read more of their work. So I own a lot of Louise Erdrich novels. I love her. I don't love all of her books, but I really want to try to read all the novels that she's written for adults, and she keeps coming out with more, and so I'm way behind. And I have hauled, I think, at least 3 books by her since I started my channel. So I'd like to try to read 1, maybe 2 of her books this year. I also have 3 books by Chaim Potok. I don't particularly like the editions of any of them. So if I read it but you have all told me how much you love them. I have The Chosen, the sequel to that, which is The Promise, and then I have the sequel to My Name is Asher Lev. That book, it fell apart after I finished reading it. So one of you sent me the sequel, which is The Gift of Asher Lev. And again, you guys have all told me multiple times like how great those books are. So again, if I love them, then I would like to get a newer edition or a better copy or something like that. I don't know if that's going to be possible with The Gift of Asher Lev, but yeah, like I just want to read them. Like, let's just read them, Kelly. So again, I've got to read at least one of those books. The Chosen is on my high priority. It was on my high priority TBR for 2024. I didn't get to it. So I've moved it to 2025, and yeah, I didn't make any channel goals in 2024, which is interesting to me because over the course of the year I did develop some goals, and I do have some channel goals. Again, like my other goals, they're a little bit ambiguous. They're not terribly specific. There's some like tech things that I want to learn. I'm really excited about having a Discord server for the Robinson read along, but I am also a little anxious about it, and I still haven't quite figured out how it works, so I'm gonna have to, I have to figure that out before January 1st, because that's when the read along starts. If you don't know about the Robinson read along, I will link to that video down below. But yeah, so there's some like tech things that I would like to be able to do on my channel. I started doing some thumbnails this year, which has been time consuming, but also fun as well. And so I did end up doing that this year. I spent a lot more energy on my Ko-fi page, which I will continue this year. I'm currently making a holiday vlog to thank my Ko-fi supporters. Of course, everyone is able to watch that, so that will be on my Ko-fi page hopefully by the 27th or the 28th of December. So you can look for that. I'm going to be participating in some new events this year. That's always fun and a great way to meet some new people, things like that. So really, really looking forward to it. All right, so tell me about your reading goals down below in the comment section, or what you think of my goals. Am I crazy? Am I too ambitious? Oh, I did want to mention too, I'm going to write as specifically as I can be what my goals are in this beautiful journal that one of you made me. It's Alice in Wonderland, and definitely I feel like goals can be a bit of a rabbit hole, but I do want to use this, and I thought that would be a perfect way to start, would be to write my 2025 booktube and reading goals in here, and we'll see how it goes. I look forward to engaging with you in the comment section. If you don't feel comfortable leaving a comment, you can always leave an emoji. You can give this video a thumbs up, and if you're so inclined, please hit subscribe if you haven't already. So I would love to have you be part of my bookish adventures in 2025. Booktube, remember to be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and I'll be back soon with another video. Bye.